Okay, everyone, welcome back to Project Rebuild. We have the Nova on all four wheels. Also very exciting. I stole the other center line from the Camaro outside. So it's on the ground. I mean, it's under its own weight. Looks kind of cool. I did box in this frame, as you guys should know by now. If you don't, you need to watch my videos. Otherwise, the next thing we have to do is replace the body mount bushings. But we're obviously going to go with polyurethane. The black and gray, I think, look pretty nice overall. So, you know how it is. I think there are 24 size bolts that are in there. And honestly, if I'm being completely honest, these bolts don't look too bad. Well, you know, I've definitely seen better. But either way, we get new bolts. So that's all exciting.
Now Omar's going to be painting the firewall and the subframe tomorrow. We're going to have to clean it all up, make sure it looks nice. So, I mean, everything's disconnected. I think at this point it's the best time. If we have everything off, we got the body mounts disconnected and everything, we can actually clean the backside of the subframe and kind of do our due diligence, get those details done right. Since we're already here and we're literally 5 minutes away from getting it done, we're trying to do things right here. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a budget, quick, in and out kind of build, but here we are. Hot Rod Tour of Texas coming up. We got to do things right. There you go, guys. It's all disconnected. This thing's an absolute mess, but I'm glad we're doing it because, as you can see, it's definitely very rusty. Like I said, these have definitely been replaced relatively recently, but they're still very, very rough, and the frame itself needed some attention before it got really bad. I'm happy we're doing it this way. It's just scary being that we have to be done in 12 days. Bushing no moss. Oh yeah, that's a good angle. Holy cow. Look at this right here. Look how thick. I got a small desert on this thing. That's some thick dirt. Like I said, you leave that there for too long, it gets wet, it gets dry. That's how rust starts. We're here to fix it. We're doing things right. Man, that's dirt. Watching a little bit of the Nova Boys channel while working on a Nova as a Nova boy. You'd like to see it? The plan right now is to get everything disassembled. I mean, figured it's only 10:30. Might as well stay awake all night and not sleep because we only got 12 days left. As I've said like 17 times already, but everything's got to be disassembled. We got new control arms, new uppers and lowers. They already have ball joints and everything already installed, which is great. I've got lowering springs that are for a big block. It's going to be great. I also have full replacement for the steering components. I can either do rack and pinion, which I really don't think I'm going to get done in time, or I can just do factory replacement, which I do have. Check out these tie rods. Holy cow, I think they need to be replaced. And everything's just so ugly. It's just so bad. But everything's going to be replaced here. Got to disassemble everything. That way tomorrow morning I can give it to Omar and get everything fixed up.
This is the craziest thing I've ever seen before. I've never seen this happen. I'm trying to pop this this top nut off the shock. Just trying to see if I can make any kind of progress at all. I imagine it starts spinning the actual rod. This guy's still here. But look at this guy. It completely snapped. It low-key saved my life. That spring would have came out, popped me where the sun don't shine. It's no bueno. Either way, that's crazy. Let me see if this thing comes off. You want to get out, explore the world. Maybe in a trash truck, because you're rusty and ugly. Be with all your other little rusty friends. It's not coming out. I don't think people understand. I pulled an engine and reinstalled a Alfa Romeo engine today. And diagnosed 3 vehicles. I fully disassembled this car. Starting to feel it now. Okay guys, it's official. Everything is torn apart. I'm officially at rock bottom. You're seeing it here. I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm dirty, and I'm done for the day. That's it, that's all I got. Nothing left in the tank. Hope you enjoyed.
Our plan is tomorrow in the morning we're gonna get here, clean up the frame, paint everything. That's gonna be painted black as well. I have all new steering. The same way you take it off, we're just gonna bolt it back on. Like I said, don't want to overcomplicate things, surprisingly, believe it or not. And we're just gonna leave the stock steering stuff on there. But you know, new stock stuff. And then same thing with control arms, new upper and lowers. We're gonna spray them all separately. All while this stuff is getting sprayed the same black, we're gonna have them also do, you know, tops and bottoms, insides and out, all the nooks and crannies, all this stuff. Just because we already have it out, we might as well do it right. But yeah, everything here's gonna be black. This is gonna be reinstalled. I really do expect by Thursday night, at least have. It'd be really, really nice if by Thursday night we can have this whole thing back on its own weight. Friday night, snap the engine back in. So we have a busy week ahead of us, let alone all the regular customer cars we have to knock out. But do what we can. Like I said, 11 days. Let's get this thing done. Alright guys, here's your 30-minute update. The trunk lid is installed. It's looking pretty good. I found out that I'm actually missing a bolt on that side of the trunk, so I gotta figure out what's up with that. I also have no clue whatsoever where my lock is. Gotta figure out where the body shop put that as well. But that's cool, that's exciting. I still have to put the trim pieces on here. Just, this is small progress, that's all that matters. I've got my mom cleaning up the door handles for me. Got some lacquer thinner and some steel wool, cleaning up the chrome. I cleaned up the VIN plate just to give it a little extra detail. Taping off a couple things, but my ADHD is kicking in, and it's time for me to swap over and see if I can figure out this vent window gasket. I already did that side, and that was a horrible experience, so time to do this side. Taking off door handles. This thing's a mess until we can get the firewall painted and get the vintage AC installed, but either way, let's get this thing knocked out.
All right, guys, here's the 20-minute update. The door is disassembled, the window is down. I have the vent window out. A lot easier whenever you do it, whenever you've done it before. But you can see just exactly how ugly the stainless is. This part doesn't matter whatsoever, but we're still going to clean it up. And obviously the actual vent window itself has overspray from the last guy. They used rattle can on it. Fantastic. I really should replace all this window felt going down the line here, but we're not going to because we're cheap and we're in a hurry. 11 days, don't forget, 11 days. I didn't forget. You guys. Oh, I'm nervous. Also, by the way, you have to replace this rivet, or you have to do something with it. I think I'm just gonna grind it off, and then we're just gonna re-screw it back in place, and it's gonna be fine. So stay tuned.
It is now 2 a.m. on technically the 10th day, 10 days away from the Texas Hot Rod Tour. But man, oh man, I'm telling you, if you guys look at it from here, the car looks amazing. You say, oh shoot, you only got a quarter window to do, you're almost done. Then boom, missing the whole front half of the car. But man, oh man, check this out. We got chrome handles that work. We got door locks. We've got new window felts in chrome, looking beautiful. The glass has all been shined up and cleaned up. Oh, don't look at that. And then I got the rear chrome installed, rear stainless installed, trunk lid is installed. Man, oh man, it's all been cleaned up. The glass is all clean, I already said that. The quarter vent windows, whatever you call these things. Pretty much the doors just have been completely rebuilt. I've greased up the window regulators and whatnot. But that's all we have now. We've got the trim around the quarter windows. We have to reinstall the glass and that back glass. And then technically all the fancy little tedious, tiny little stainless stuff is done. Except for emblems, but the emblems are 2 bolts. That should be easy. But this right here, there should be a really nice LS engine and transmission and fully brand new suspension, steering, frame, all that stuff. Right here in 3 days. Gotta stay tuned, but check this out. This is what Omar calls Mexican ingenuity. Or the Mexican invention or something. He got some skills, I'm telling you. That is a garden hose. Holding on for dear life. Going over what used to be our tarport, as you guys might know from previous episodes. But check out the subframe. This thing looks immaculate. I love it. It pretty much looks like it's been powder coated. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Definitely a million, billion, trillion times better than the way it started off. But this thing is, yeah, it's dry. It's ready. So whenever he gets this thing down from here, he's going to paint up all the suspension stuff and the core support. And technically, we can start putting body mounts on this thing and get this thing put back together. It's going to look pretty good. This is officially a frame-off restoration, and we've got less than 2 weeks to get it done. So stay tuned. All right, everyone, welcome back to Project Rebuild. As always, it's a complete mess in here, but oh, look at that. Had Omar fix up the lines on here. It's officially smooth, looks a lot better. We're still gonna put the AC delete plate or whatever panel here. After some deep consideration, painting everything red. It was supposed to be black originally, but that was before we went above and beyond. And now we're doing everything red and all the way down to the very bottom of the car. And then on the bottom of the car, eventually we'll paint it black, but I'm not worried about that for the Hot Rod Tour. Everything's gonna be red. Omar had me take everything off, so I figured might as well just paint it right. And he's supposed to be back here in about 30 minutes or so to finish painting and do all that stuff, but check out the paint area. Subframe is already done. That looks great. Let's look at this. This is so clever, if you ask me. This is great. I'm gonna use my my wheel cribs. Just perfect setup there with the ladder. Oh wait, that's right. There's more. Going this way. All the little bits and pieces and hood hinge and oh my goodness, this is all gonna be painted black. This is very, very smart, if you ask me. I'm very impressed with the way this turned out. Take a look at that. I mean, it's my core support. Everything's been cleaned up, sanded. It's nice and smooth. I'm happy with the way it turned out. Very, very happy. Actually, I might fix this stuff right now, just to kind of go the extra mile, because we got to make sure it looks good. But overall, this is awesome. right, let's see if we can give the tour in less than a minute. Well, in here we got parts everywhere. Oh, by the way, the blue in this Camaro looks absolutely crazy. It almost looks black. There you go, there's a good blue. Ooh, looks awesome. Either way, let's check it out in here. Check this out. So many parts. Going sideways, everything's painted black. Looks nice. He said he has to redo this right here because there was some kind of paint reaction happening to the top of the steering column. But we're gonna get that figured out. Things balanced up. Had to get some 2-inch nails, so that stuff would work. Holy cow. But man, oh man, does everything look good. And check out this firewall. Engine's almost done. Man, oh man. Something told me red was the way to go. Got a big old hole right there, but we're gonna have this vintage air blockout plate sitting right there using the original holes. Factory fit finish. I'm very excited. This thing looks great.
Welcome back to Project Rebuild, everyone. Hey, check that out. If you ask me, this thing looks incredible. Omar did a fantastic job on the firewall here. I'm sure you guys remember all the lines there and the sheet metal stacking up. And he also smoothed out the firewall. The firewall. I started doing the vintage air install. Got some of the hoses routed. Turns out it doesn't come with heater hoses, which is a really good fun fact that I wish I knew sooner. In the meantime, subframe is now installed. As always, it looks absolutely fantastic. We went ahead and put on the upper control arms, the new spindles. Turns out the spindles and all this stuff that I've had sitting around for the last 6 months, these turned out to be 2-inch drop spindles. So the ball joint's a little bit lower, or some other, I don't know how it works, but either way, it's different and it's definitely lower for sure. And also the springs on here, they are Hotchkiss 2-inch drop big block springs. So the idea is it's supposed to be big block springs, so it's supposed to hold more spring pressure, but with the 2-inch drop it doesn't actually raise up the vehicle. It kind of stays the same amount, so it's really good for going through corners and stuff like that. And it still has a stock look. You don't got to change everything crazy, but it still drives way better and it looks the same. Also simplifies the process like crazy. We're trying to fit my brackets on to make sure everything works, because the spindles that I did get did not come with brake brackets. Turns out the original ones, which I'm not even sure these are original because they have like the gold behind it, which has to mean that they're aftermarket, right? I put some rattle can gloss black on these things earlier, and I've been touching them like crazy, so now they're kind of faded, but they don't fit. Not really. The top one fits good, but the bottom hits this bottom set of holes, which, as you can compare, these are the original spindles. It's funny how tiny they are. It's got 1 bolt on top and 2 on the bottom. Here, you've got 1 bolt on top and 4 on the bottom. So right now, my bracket, when it's installed and swings down, it hits that bottom bracket. I mean, easy solution, we're just gonna notch the bottom of this brake bracket so we can make sure it works. But long story short, what had happened is that when I gave Omar all the parts to paint black, I gave him these and didn't even think about if they were gonna be the same or not. So at this point, we're stuck trying to make these things work because these things look way better. Oh, check that out. Behind the scenes of the issues we have here. That's a lot of clear coat. It looks crazy. But either way, after I get this thing clearanced up, we're already taking some wire wheels to all the brackets and stuff. We're gonna hit it with gloss black, and it's gonna be really, really good. Check it out.
Here we go. Just use the very small wire brush. Start scraping away. I just got the regular Harbor Freight gloss black. Like I said, it's not perfect. Doesn't need to be. If I wanted to be perfect, I would just buy a brand new. You know what I mean? Might as well make it as nice as I can. It's about being efficient and making it look nice at the same time. Good enough for me. Let that stuff dry.
Check it out. I think it looks pretty good. Don't mind the ugly rubber hose from the vintage air kit. This is just gonna casually go over here. Don't forget, this guy right here is supposed to go up and over inside the fender well. You'll never see any of these wires. I haven't figured out what these 2 wires are for yet, but we will. Either way, this is all gonna be nice and neat, but check this out. The only downside I have to say, I know you guys saw Omar's contraption earlier. Look at this. That's exactly where the ratchet strap was. Tell me how goofy that is. But I do have a solution. Check this out. Vintage air sticker. So that way when you're looking down, you're like, dang, does he have AC? I'm not sure. I don't see it on top like everyone else. Boom, you look down there looking for the compressor. Booyah, vintage air. It is confirmed. It is a vintage air equipped 70 Nova. Did you guys notice my frame notch from earlier? with it being painted and clear coated, it looks absolutely fantastic. I love it. We have the steering gearbox officially mounted. You know, it's not much, it's 3 bolts, but hey, and we still have to clean up the actual bolts themselves, but you know, that doesn't matter. But man, oh man, with the look of the actual, you know, drilled and slotted rotors, the nice gray springs, and obviously the whole subframe with the painted firewall and whatnot, this is looking pretty dang good. Also like to add that this brake booster was on my parts shelf for the last like 4 months, and look at me using it. Be proud of me. Thank you, thank you. Applause, applause. But otherwise, only thing really we have to do now is the steering, and might as well take the other 2 tires from the Camaro and really finish up the day looking very good and in much better condition than we started earlier today, obviously. Man, imagine how cool this thing would be if it was white. It just keeps getting better and better.
All right, everybody, check it out. It is officially 11 days until the Texas Hot Rod Tour. But really, I have like 8 days that this thing needs to be ready so I can go meet up with Connor, make sure he can get his stuff done. But man, oh man, we've got a long ways to go ourselves. Actually, I can easily say we've got a longer way to go than Connor does. I've spent a lot of time today. I think I have all the inside stuff for the vintage air set up completely. The plate is installed. It looks pretty good. I obviously have to clean up a little bit mess from the fingerprints and whatnot, but the firewall has turned out absolutely amazing. The subframe has been completely removed. Originally to do the subframe mounts, which I had to clean off a little bit now. And we're like, hey, might as well take it out, clean it off, wire wheel it, grind it down a little bit, and, you know, paint it. So we did a base coat, clear coat. It's going to last for a lot of years. I don't know if you guys noticed, this is my frame now that I had to do to get my lower AC mount to fit in there and make sure everything could move freely. But overall, this thing looks great. Check out the sticker that Brianna got me. Oh, yes. As some of you guys know, I made a bracket when I first got this thing running to hold PCM up behind the dash over here. And it still fits. I have the vintage air installed. I haven't screwed in the top mounting bolts to make sure I can secure it, but it's holding its own weight using the firewall. And the PCM is a little tilted, but it fits and it works, and it's really tight up in there. That's my original fuse block, so you know I mounted that over here behind the vent, up behind the dash. And honestly, I haven't done a test fit yet, but let's check to see if the glove box fits. Let's see here. Should I sneak the thing in there? Yes, sir. It definitely fits. It actually fits too good. It goes up here. I think it's supposed to kind of squeeze itself on top of here and on the bottom of that. I'll put some screws in to hold it in place, but I'll even have a glove box. And when it closes up, all you'll see is the blower motor hanging down here. I still have to put my kick panel in. The kick panel is going to hide all these wires back here. And I ended up patching up the hole for my wire harness up top on the firewall. Had it all smoothed out. So I'm going to use this original grommet that comes with this harness. And I'm going to drill a hole right about there. It's like a 2-inch hole. And the whole point is so you don't see a big old bundle of wires coming out of the firewall. I can actually clean it up, have it come right down there on the curve. That way they literally just come out of nowhere and go to the spot onto the engine. It's going to look very clean. But I'm very excited. Might as well show you guys the motor as well. Here's my steering column. Freshly painted, looks nice. Those are the kick panels that I had Brianna clean up for me. Check out this engine. Color matched to be the same color as the car. Transmission also in gloss black. I think this thing turned out really well, but I really did spend the last hour and a half chasing these threads because we didn't clean them off, and I still have to do the water pump bolts, the exhaust bolts, just so there's no issues going in. It's only like 7 o'clock right now, so I think I've got some time to finish this up. I have no question in my mind that I can get the engine installed today. My biggest question is trying to see if I can figure out that ground on the back. That's the one coming directly from the battery. And just keep you guys reminded, the battery's supposed to be up here. I relocated it to the back, and that complicated everything. But I want to make it work. I want to make it look nice because it cleans up the engine bay insanely well. But yeah, that's where we're at. You can see here I bought like 70 foot of Hero hose. But yeah, that's the overall status of it. That's my water pump that I plan to paint. It's just a stock water pump. Idea is it's supposed to be a budget build. I mean, this whole thing has been 2 weeks. You guys have been seeing the updates as I've been completing things, and yeah, this is about 2 week turnaround.
Ooh, I'm starting to rip my motor mount. Hold up a second. That's a brand new one. Hang on a second. Ooh. Yes, sir. I don't even got to put the nut in. I mean, it'll run. It may be a little shaky, but it's going to run. Oh, yes, it's installed.
We're going to get rid of this old nasty truck intake that's faded in multiple colors to this slightly better, slightly shinier TBSS intake. And like I said, I can actually use the Phytech throttle body that this one had the proper way. Alrighty guys, welcome back. We have 9 days left until the Texas Hot Rod Tour. But man, oh man, does this thing look so good today. it just keeps getting better and better. I mean, I've had some comments, people thinking it looks a little bit like Dr. Pepper, which honestly I'm totally cool with. I love Dr. Pepper. But what do you guys think? It's mostly installed. It looks really, really complete. So today what we did is we stole the coil brackets from the Camaro, stole the coils themselves from the Camaro as well. Also had to steal the fuel injector adapters from the Camaro. This is the new Trailblazer SS intake that we replaced the old nasty truck intake with. We installed the Phytech throttle body on there, so that looks really, really sharp. I got the throttle cable hooked back up into its rightful place. I still need to kind of restuff these wires on the back and probably pull it from inside the car to make it fit a little better. We also tucked the wires pretty good. Everything's hooked up the way it's supposed to, all except for this one. I don't know if I'm missing one from the Camaro or what happened, but I need to swap this adapter out. They're like 20 bucks, so I've got one on order coming from Amazon. I still need to mount up the transmission dipstick. I don't know where though, because I'm worried about messing up the firewall. But overall, that looks great. Engine's in. It's not completely bolted down yet. I'll do that later. Probably won't forget, hopefully. I actually ordered the alternator bracket to go here. It's going to be black anodized. That way it kind of matches the same metal stuff here and keeps the theme going. I could take the one from the Camaro, but that one is the aluminum look. Only downside right now that I can kind of see is I'm still going to be using the stock water pump. But, you know, we have to have a budget at some point. So, we're just going to leave that as is and be happy with it. But this nasty alternator bracket, I'm not a fan with that. So, it is what it is. At least I can get the bracket that, you know, kind of has the holes in it. You can still see through. Still see that the engine is painted. But, man, it's hard to ignore the way that it is. I also made another step of progress in the AC system. This vintage air condenser looks incredible. Really rounds out the whole build. Omar, once again, did a fantastic job on the paint job. Obviously, he didn't spend too much time with surface prep and whatnot, but this is definitely going to last for years and years and years, and it's still kind of dusty. So, overall, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I've got the hood latch support mounted up. The hood latch is mostly on there. Omar did not paint the bolts. It really makes it stick out like a sore thumb. And also, this guy's supposed to have one of those little washer things that clips onto the frame. Missing that for this side, so I'm going to buy one, so that way this guy doesn't wobble as much. But man, oh man, we are making progress. I just had to make some kind of extra progress with the line, so this one's tightened up with the actual AC O-ring, all lubricated the way it's supposed to. It's actually putting it here, which is a really odd spot. I imagine it's going to end up being like on my inner fender well or something like that, but I think it's a weird spot to be. But it does look kind of factory coming from here. I still have to get a 1 1/8 inch hole saw so I can drill this. Vintage Air is pretty cool. They give you this template right here, and the template is supposed to sit using these two bolts from the hood latch support. Using those two bolts, it's supposed to go around this little square cutout for the fender, if I'm correct, and then it gives you a pilot hole, literally just a pilot hole for you to drill into, and that's what starts it off, and that's supposed to center everything. And I guess the idea is this hard line is supposed to eventually go there and right into the hole, and then they even give you a grommet, so it's going to be a really nice, clean finish. But overall, please tell me in the comments what you guys think. I'm really needing the confidence boost, because man, oh man, it's tough building a car from the ground up and just kind of making your own decisions the whole way, because, you know, I want it to look nice, and I want it to turn some heads, but this is also pretty extensive. You know, I wonder what other people think about it. I think that's a little goofy. You can tell that's 55 years old, nice and crusty. But hey, it still works. Maybe in the future, whenever I have a little bit more time, I can clean that thing up. I went ahead and swapped this guy over. Ooh, I gotta figure this out. The brake booster outlet. I think I just need like the little nipple thing that comes on the outside of it, and then I can put the hose going to the brake booster so I can have a vacuum source. Ooh, I almost forgot that I did install the steering column back. It looks pretty good. It's hooked up to the gearbox the way that it's supposed to be. I also have to reinstall my gas pedal, as well as that lower like foot panel thing, the plastic piece that goes to the bottom there. But overall, I still have a few screws that I gotta play with. I gotta put the interior, like the dashboard, the gauges. I still have to do the AC hoses and kind of throw them in there, but I feel like that's all pretty small things to do. Just imagine how cool this thing would be if I were to actually put on the fenders. That's all I'm saying. The fenders on this thing would be amazing. Then after the fenders are on, you pretty much got a complete car. Hood hinges can go on, the hood can go on. You can open and close it, you got a hood latch, and then you can come back and do the, hit the bumper, the headlights. I mean, if you guys look at this thing, we are so close, and we still have 9 days. I just feel so confident now. You know, every day I get more confident. The car keeps getting cooler and cooler. All the customers are coming through the door. They're all impressed. They don't really realize the kind of level of work that I've been able to do. So as of right now, this is officially like a rolling business card, and I think it's turning out great. So once again, let me know what you guys think, and stay tuned for the next episode. See you guys tomorrow.